Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're sending 5.56 pellets that go boom out of this incredible custom Cerakote EDgun Leshiy 2. And make sure to stick around to find out how this could actually be yours. In the first Pellets That Go Boom video, I was testing the ballistic gel squirrel, and before I could even get a shot off, the real thing came down to investigate. What happened next, though, is crazy. Well, I know based on a lot of the comments I see, people think of a 22 airgun as a little backyard toy. This exploding pellet went through the squirrel and then about an inch into Squishy behind him. There's little shards of skull and lead, which leads me to believe something more is going on with these pellets than a gimmicky flash. And we're going to explore that here in more detail, but in all seriousness though, that shot illustrates you really need to treat any caliber airgun like a firearm, and only point it at your intended target and be mindful of what's behind it. As Squishy just showed us, that had enough energy to kill something, or worse, someone, after passing right through that squirrel. Now, to make that statement, let me provide you some visual proof, and let's see what this exploding pellet does on a 95% anatomically correct ballistic torso. As let's be honest, we're all pretty vested at this point, or at least I am, in understanding what will happen when these pellets that go boom hit a torso. Wait a minute, we need to see that one again. That was like a... oh yeah, it was like a smoke ring. That was wild. Oh wow, that definitely passed through us. I heard it hit the backstop too. Look at that entry wound. The explosion for sure sends out some little lead pieces out of that pellet. You can see them all over the place. It looks like it cracked the rib too. Let me go behind. Maybe it just slid past that shoulder blade. Oh my god, it exited. That's a clean exit. What in the world? I don't see it anywhere though. Let's check out the camera in the back. I'm filming in... yeah, see, I didn't see anything there. I'm filming in 240 frames per second, which is pretty slow, but it's definitely possible to miss catching it, which I think we did, unfortunately. You know what? I'm going to try a double tap real quick, but I think we're going to... same result. I don't think we're going to be able to catch it. Let's see, though. Jeez, that's so loud. It was getting late in the day, so I needed to wrap this up. It's the last thing I needed were my kids to go home, see Daddy in the courtyard with a bloody human torso. So these aren't going to help us solve the mystery either. I could tell kind of by the noise it didn't have that same crack as hitting the hitting that backstop, but both of these just cracked the rib, and then I think it ended up in the lungs. But man, look at that damage. Still brutal. But yeah, nothing back here except that first entry wound from that single shot originally. Well, I think we're gonna have to do this again another time. Now, these torsos aren't cheap, and to fund round 2 of the Lethal series, I need some help. We're about 2 weeks left in this merch promo where I'll be giving away this bad boy, the EDgun Leshiy 2 and 22 cal, all done up in this custom Cerakote done by Rooks Coding, who's a big fan of the channel. You might even see him down in the comments. So I have this thing dialed in with these exploding pellets as well. So I'm going to throw a tin of them in so that you can have an absolute blast, literally right out of the box. So I'll throw a link in the description for all the promo details, but listen, it's simple. Snag anything from the merch store and get a single entry. You can buy multiple stuff and get multiple entries. The promo ends June 15th, so don't sleep on this. I added a few new cheaper items in there as well, like the poster and the sticker pack to make things more affordable. So thanks to everyone who's entered so far. Now let's get back to the video where we are going to check on the effectiveness of these pellets that go boom on the local tree rat, I shouldn't say population, it's overpopulation. I set up this new table for one, and on cue, a slew of these little tree rats came down to help me celebrate the grand opening. I got these back to back, so I didn't notice I was off a little bit. But as you can see, these pellets are, they're a little extra, and further proof that they are definitely producing a little bit more oomph at the point of impact. The only downside to these pellets is they really dirty up the barrel just a ton. And it'll definitely affect your point of impact that you're seeing here. Not enough to really matter from a critter perspective. I guess I've never asked them. Hold on, let's ask this guy real quick. Hey, do you care that that wasn't dead nuts? No, he doesn't really seem to care. All kidding aside, though, you definitely are going to want to clean the barrel more often with this exploding pellets. I typically clean every 300 to 500 shots. Maybe with the exploding pellets is as little as 50. Maybe even less. So definitely you're going to want to do that. And it's easy to tell, and this is why I like scope cam too, is I can tell just by a shot. One or two goes a little errant like that, and boom, I know I got to clean it. I'll pull a few patches, and then I'm back to normal. If you enjoyed that clip, you should click this video to watch the full story.